that's what I started to realize is there's more to life than sitting in front of a TV screen. Just get out and experience it. And so since then, I've went from woodworking, building a log bed, to now completing 5 or 6. This is the first year I've actually did custom work for people and completed 6 or 7 custom pieces.
Nate is a craftsman, and I think a craftsman is somebody who uses the gifts that they have and the talents that they have with minimal amount of tools to be able to accomplish something great. Or sometimes they might have a sufficient amount of tools, but it's even that much better. So somebody that can use what they have on hand and take it to a degree that no one else can. And I think that's what a true craftsman is. And I know that there are a lot of you out there that have those skills that you may be better than the professionals, but you have less than them. And I just want this episode to be a tribute to you, your hobbies, and the things that you love doing.
Gotta ants in my pants. That's why I get up at 6 and start working.
Get up at 6 and start working?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's what I do.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That early? Like, what do you start working on?
My looks. You know, brushing your teeth, putting on the deodorant, making sure you don't have any of those hairs that are going the wrong direction. When you get to that 37, 38-year-old age, then you start thinking about those things a little bit. Mm-hmm. I don't know, I just think that we're all given gifts and it's up to us to use them. The Bible talks about how he gave a talent to one man, and to another man he gave him 2 talents, and to another man he gave him 3 or 4 talents. And some of them used them and others buried them. And it really fits with my life. I can see that one really actually applying, where I did the drawing thing and the clay sculpting thing back when I was in high school, and I liked it and enjoyed it. But when you're a teenager, you know, like this day and age, you probably just want to play video games. But in my day and generation, it was more about doing BMX stuff with bikes that you shouldn't do, you know? So it's like, you just take those talents and you use them. So when I got here and life slowed down, that's what I started to realize is there's more to life than sitting in front of a TV screen. Just get out and experience it. And so since then, I've went from woodworking, building a log bed, to now completing 5 or 6. This is the first year I've actually did custom work for people and completed 6 or 7 custom pieces. So it was really good. it's been really fun, and it's encouraged me to push myself to the next level, where I can refine this skill and learn more about it and become more efficient at it and share it with more people. Because I think when you have gifts, the best part about having gifts is then you can give. Once you get to that point where you're not hurting yourself by just giving something away just because you want to give, but giving away because you can. And that's the fun part when you use those gifts. But if you don't use them, somebody else is going to get them. Somebody else is going to use them. That's one of my biggest frustrations, is I come up with all sorts of ideas, and Pinterest is the worst thing in the world for me, because I'll look on there and sure enough, somebody had already taken that idea and ran with it and made it. So it's one of those things where you just do what you can do, when you can do it, how you can do it, where you can do it, and just enjoy it. Because it's not all about the money. The guys in the big red truck that like to blow their horn. Oh, wait a minute, guys, we gotta put the video game on pause. We got an idiot that's welding around sawdust. We're so close. I refer to it as the fruit by the foot. They don't hold up to sparks. Some people build them, then I see it, and then I see it just a little bit different than the way they portray it. So sometimes it's a borrowed idea, sometimes it's just out of my head.
Tried to get Nate to create a Facebook page, but he won't do it. He's scared he's gonna have too much work, so I decided to make a YouTube video to make it even worse on him. Then make him regret this. So you guys see, look at that guy. I mean, he is willing to do Pinterest. I don't know. Are there any other Pinterest, what do you call them? Pinteresters? I don't know. I think you're the only guy that I know that has a Pinterest account.
I was talented in multiple areas, or gifted, or whatever you want to call it, with any kind of sport. I could play anything. And I did a lot of them, but I just didn't feel satisfied. I always felt like empty afterwards. And when you find something that you like and you enjoy doing, I would gauge those feelings in a sense where, is it all about me, or is it where you're actually giving back to somebody else? You know, I don't have a problem with people playing video games. I mean, holy moly, a long time ago, I played World of Warcraft. And it was terrible because I lost 2 years of my life doing that, and I had nothing to show for it. Because in the real world, it's how do you I mean, I guess this day and age you can do that a lot more so than you could then, but there's just so much more to life than, I think, than sitting behind a screen and just for hours on end playing video games. I mean, that's just my opinion. A multiple amputee veteran, and I'm sure pretty much all he can do is sit in front of a TV screen or I don't know what he can do, like what his capabilities are. But what he did do is he found a need and he explored it. It's amazing that he started that GoFundMe thing and started raising money to build this wall. Whether I agree with it or I disagree with it, it doesn't really matter. What's interesting about it is that even at that point, there's people who see life and value it and want to give to others. And I think that's really what it's about, is just being able to figure out how to use the gifts and talents that you got to be a blessing to somebody else, an encouragement.
There's nothing quite like metalworking and sparks and welding. It just creates an amazing environment for photos, and you're gonna see those in just a second. So thank you, Nate, for opening up your garage and your life and your art to have me come in and experience that with you. That was just absolutely incredible, and I am excited to see the finished product. If you want to see the finished product, be sure to follow my Instagram account, because the project isn't finished yet, but Nate invited me to take photos and post them onto Instagram. So be sure to follow my Instagram. Be sure to tell people about Nate, because Nate is an incredible guy who has an incredible talent, a true craftsman that just uses the tools that he has on hand to create something absolutely incredible. And that's what's really important, is to be able to use what we have in our limited resources and do something amazing with that. And that's what's so cool about not having much, is how much people can do with so little. And so I just want to give a shout out to Nate and all of you out there that are working hard with very little. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Keep looking at the world upside down. We'll see you in the next one.